Good Thursday morning, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic 24 hours a day. Weather is what you get, and meteorology is what we do. This is the morning edition of the Daily Video Forecast discussion for the 26th of March, 2020. And waking up this morning to a very chilly start with temperatures in the upper 20s to low and mid 30s across the region. These were the low temperatures out there this morning. If we take a look at the current temperatures approaching 7:45 this morning, they're still hovering in the upper 20s here across Sussex County and in the low and mid 30s across the rest of the forecast region. Quite chilly, but nice under clear skies. And with high pressure and control, dry sinking air, we've got light wind speeds this morning, about 5 miles per hour or less. Beautiful goes east. GeoColor satellite this morning shows our storm system from yesterday well out into the northeast Atlantic now. Subsidence and sinking air. Look at all this clear sky over the Garden State north middle Atlantic region this morning as these clouds begin to dissipate. And the flow is from the west northwest this morning. And there is nothing going on the radar, so we can see our storm exiting, and comes some moisture over the top here into southeastern Canada. And the radars are basically showing that precipitation exiting out into the Atlantic area here of southeastern Quebec and Toronto, and no precipitation across the rest of the forecast region. Surface chart this morning shows our low occluding here out of the coastal waters, bombing out well north and east. It's providing a northerly flow on the backside of it, and a westerly flow here across the surface from the Great Lakes as weak ridging builds in, and our next cold front is getting ready to approach the region during tonight and tomorrow morning. National hazards this morning, we have some dense fog advisories for the for the panhandle of Florida here. Again, some rivers continue in the Mississippi and Tennessee River Valley areas to continue into some minor flooding. This will be a concern, as we mentioned, during the next 10 days going forward as well, with variability in location. Meanwhile, out here, we've got dry weather, some high wind watches here out in New Mexico and portions of Arizona, portions of Colorado, and extreme red flag conditions for fire weather dangers today across the areas, all in pink here across the Intermountain West. New Jersey regional temperatures over the next 7 days will basically get into the upper 50s to around 60 in spots for today, and that's above normal. For tomorrow on Friday, temperatures again slightly above normal, upper 50s to lower 60s, maybe the mid 60s to around 70 down near the Washington, D.C. area. And let's see, for Saturday, we've got temperatures back into the low to mid 50s, which is normal for this time of the year. And we rise sharply on Sunday as forecasted, with temperatures in the mid 40s and upper 40s across the Connecticut River Valley, and all the way into the low 70s as you approach southern New Jersey and the I-95 corridor. Back on Monday, temperatures upper 50s to around 60 again, and we chill down to the mid 50s and basically the mid 50s on Tuesday on average, and again anywhere from the mid 40s to the mid 50s for next Wednesday, April 1st. And I don't know, this may not be so true here because we've got a storm brewing in this region for April Fool's Day, so these temperatures expected to change, probably trending downward in the forecast trend over the next several days. We'll be monitoring this. National high temperature records for today, which could be broken, all circled in the reds here. Texas and basically the southeastern states. We expect that trend to continue on Friday, also as well on Saturday, shifting towards the southern mid-Atlantic coast and Florida and the Gulf Coast as well, and shrinking a little bit, but approaching that in the northern mid-Atlantic area anyway, but may not surpass that, but it's going to get quite warm around here on Sunday. By the time we get to Monday, things begin to shrink down again. Maybe some high temperature records in portions of Florida, and again on Tuesday and then Wednesday of next week. Well, we have an active weather pattern continuing over the forecast region across the United States, for that matter, during the next 7 to 10 days. It's the latest European model guidance. Nationally now, we have our storm system off the coast. Here comes a weak cold front over the area tonight. Tomorrow morning could be a few light showers around our region, maybe 1/10 of an inch or less. And the warm front returns Again, on Saturday, after high pressure briefly builds in tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow night, the warm front approaches on Saturday and rain breaks out from southwest to northeast. And the warm front will be moving into the region during the day on Saturday and will have scattered rain around the region as well. The warm front lingers around the region on Saturday night and Sunday morning with more rain, so it's a wet weekend coming up. And if we move this even further now, on Sunday we find some areas where it's going to get warm sectored with a lot of southeasterly winds across the forecast region as the storm begins to bomb out and include over the Great Lakes region and drags a cold front into the Ohio, Tennessee, and Mississippi River valleys. Now, what gets interesting around here for later Sunday afternoon is the potential for some thunder in the lower Hudson Valley and the New York City metropolitan area as well, as temperatures soar well above normal. Then the storm bombs out, it occludes, and we get the next system coming out of the plains. This model guidance is highly suggestive that we have an April Fool's storm coming up, and if that's the case, as the storm gets into the Ohio Valley and begins to slow down and occlude a little bit because of blocking to the north and east for the first time this season, then we're going to find a transfer to the coast. And look, we have moderate snow breaking out across the region according to this latest guidance, and that would be in the afternoon on Wednesday. I know the sun angles are high, so this model guidance might be a little bit overdone, but the idea of winter precipitation with a transfer to the coast seems likely, especially on Wednesday night and Thursday as a storm bombs out over the coastal waters. And look, lots of frozen precipitation, maybe some sleet and stuff all mixed in there at the same time. Details obviously this far out, again, not to be trusted. Then after this storm leaves, more high pressure continentally divides and moves into the forecast region for the rest of next week. This is one of the trends I've been looking at all morning long on the latest model guidance. This is a comparison of the American model, the GFS, and the European ensemble guidance, 500 millibar heights. And basically what we're looking at here in the red is the European model guidance with lines, and in the blue, the GFS. Now, the colors that you're seeing in the circles here are basically height anomalies themselves. So, with this in mind, this is what I'm thinking for Tuesday night and Wednesday and going into Thursday. I want to stop this right here. Ridge axis over Montana and a trough axis neutrally tilted across the Great Lakes in the deep south, and then going negatively tilted with some blocking over the top here over Nova Scotia. And this would slow the system down, turn it negative, and if that's the case, then, you know, we're going to be in for a wallop come around here Thursday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. And if we move this forward, we still have more ridging occurring for the later part of the week, more storm systems coming in from off the Pacific Northwest, and that means interesting times ahead. One more thing I wanted to look at this morning was the weekly National Phenology Network's Spring Leaf Index anomaly, and we can see here in the reds here, we are 20, 30 days ahead of blooming here all the way into southern New England now, south shores and east ends of Long Island, northern New Jersey, just about getting in on all of this now, and this is about 30 days ahead of schedule. And it is nice to see forsythias out just about everywhere, about 30 days ahead of schedule. That's going to do it for the morning edition here for GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and also YouTube. I'm meteorologist Robert Smithy. Have a good Thursday morning. We'll be back with storm details for the weekend and next week's potential as well during the afternoon video forecast discussion later today. Have a great Thursday, everyone.